Welcome back, Savage World P. Please like, sub, share, all that good stuff. Today, as Harvard economists, homie, we looking at the housing market in the United States. How is housing for people? Can people buy houses? What's their issues? All that good stuff. We're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what the population has to say about housing. You know what I'm saying? And I personally like this topic because I left where I left because housing was impossible. And I said, nah, I ain't about to do all this, homie. I'm not gonna do all this. I'm not gonna sit here and, you know what I'm saying, compete for a, coffin to live in for the next 30 years. I ain't doing that. So that's just my experience. But let's check out this video here. We're not gonna go through the whole thing. It's just like the key points of what she was saying and comment on it as we always do. So let's check her out.
I just got home from touring an apartment, and this whole drive home, I have been stewing with anger because between the time I signed up for that tour a week ago and the time I got there to do the tour today, the price of the unit I was interested in has gone up by $300. $300 in a week. And I no longer qualify for the unit at all.
She's renting, so this ain't even buying. She tours it, they jack up the price. Ain't that the truth though? Ain't that the truth? And they added more on her plate. Like they added like more, what's the phrase? Pretty much they screwed her just a little bit more at this part right here. Check her out.
Well, the supply and the demand. The supply and the demand. That's why it went up. They skyrocketed over the last week because of the supply and the demand.
What are these landlords going to do? These property management companies, because it's not even necessarily like individual landlords, it's these property management companies. What are they going to do when nobody can afford to live in their apartment complexes? What are they going to do when nobody can afford to live in their building? Because this place is also requiring 3 times the rent in income. I have a degree.
So on top of raising it by 300, they said, and you need 3x. We need that 3x real quick. Just letting you know. So already she's going to get into the fact that she has a job, a degree, a salary and all that. And it's like she's salaried, so she can't get any more than what she gets, right? It's fixed. So she qualified before the 300. They added on the 300 and 3x the rent. So yeah, she did pretty much just extra out the set, if you know what I mean. Like she's done. It sucks, man, but that's just what it is, right? Landlords know, and these companies, corporations, whoever, right? They know very well people aren't buying houses, so they can kind of do what they want with the rent. They can jack rents up, lower rents. They can see that their neighbor, they can say the neighboring community's charging like say $2,000. They'll say, we're gonna charge $2,150. Let's get the extra $150 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Then the other one will be like, $2,000. We'll do $2,250 here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the name of the game, homie. It's greed. It's greed. Let's get the next video in though. Let's see, because again, she's gonna go off on a tangent, but we get what she's saying.
I know your focus is luxury, but what's your message to first-timers, right, and young people? Is the dream of ownership getting a little bit better, or is that not moving at all?
I think it's getting a little bit better. People spend money in different ways today, right? People used to say, my first thing I'm going to do after graduating.
It's getting a little bit better. Where, homie? Where is it getting better? Let me know. Let me know if it's getting better in Cali. Let me know where.
School is I'm going to buy a home. That is the American dream. And I still think that's true in a majority of our markets. We're seeing that across Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and a lot of our urban markets where I think you have this effective social media.
I gotta stop him right there. You see what he just did? It's getting better in Georgia, South Carolina. He's pointing towards the South. Not everybody wants to live in the South, homie. Not everybody want to live there. You know what I'm saying? If you live in LA near the water, or let's say you just live in LA in general and you like LA, why do we have to go across the whole United States? You know what I'm saying? Literally across those like 2,000-3,000 miles to get what we want. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's not getting any better, homie. It's the South. You see what I'm saying? Like they got hella land, lower wages, it's just a whole different market. So bad example in my opinion.
Saying I could make a down payment. It's not for the home I like, and it's not for the home that's going to look great on Instagram. And so I'd rather invest in experiences. Listen, the opportunity for housing affordability is at an all-time low. And it's something that we're also focused on at our company, given that our agent average at work with those renters. How do we work with people looking to co-purchase, right? There's different ways to get to home ownership.
co-purchase, homie. You need to get somebody with good credit, you know what I mean, in order to do that. And who's gonna co-sign a 30-year mortgage with somebody? Oh yeah, I got you, homie. Yeah, 30-year mortgage, man. Okay, what, $3,000, $4,000 a month, man? I got you. I'll co-sign for you, homie. It's all good. Forget my first-time home buyer credit, dog. It's all about you, my friend. Nah, that's not it, homie. It's not it. Of course, maybe you can find like your parents if they're old enough. They could help you do that, but this dude's just reaching. He's just reaching. He's just talking the talk. Because again, he named the South. He didn't name Cali. He didn't name New York. He didn't name what's it called? Like places like that, Washington, Oregon. He didn't name all those places. He went straight to the South. He might as well just said Mobile, Alabama. He should have just said that. You know what? Housing's affordable in Mobile, Alabama. Who wants to live in the Gump and more any of those places? Especially people from like, again, near the beaches or near the cities. You see what I'm saying? Big jump. Big jump. Yeah, I'm kind of done with this guy, and I'm sure you guys agree. Sure. Next video.
The United States is in the midst of a housing crisis. This is the most unaffordable time to buy a home since the early 1980s, and we simply don't have enough homes. We're short at least 3 million. It's going to be hard to fix this. A home has 3 key drivers of the cost of the land, the cost of the materials to build the home, and the cost of the workers to put it together.
Let's say this. From what I've done on my personal research, when they build houses these days, they're not using the best materials. Like, there's videos out there about that. As far as the workers go, depending on what happens next year, that's definitely gonna go up, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink, if you know what I'm saying. The workers that are building these houses, yeah, that's gonna change drastically. So it just seems like housing's still gonna go up.
All 3 of those costs have gone up substantially in the last few years. That's why it's really hard to find a new home for less than $400,000 right now. To fix this, we have one really good solution. Let's think of it as the Minneapolis model and the Houston model. In Minneapolis, they basically said, okay, let's rezone the land to do more stuff like this, to do townhomes and to do high-rise condos and apartment buildings. They've seen a really big home explosion.
Here's the deal though. People want their own space, their own land, homie. You don't want to be sharing walls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. That's what they're looking to do, but they're just that's just greed at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, growing up in California, houses were pretty close together. Like, growing up, my neighbor was like, there's like a fence in between us. Like, pretty much it was the side of the house, which was like maybe, I don't know, 3 feet wide, 4 feet wide, I'd say. And then there's the fence, and then my neighbor's house would be right there. I could literally talk to my friend if I yell, you know, across the fence, hey, what's up, fool? You know what I mean? Like, it's that close. So people in California, we're used to that, but I can't see this working out like in the South like that, where there's an abundance of land, where your neighbor can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, 50 yards away and you'd be legit, you know what I mean? So, but again, it's greed. It's driven by greed. Let's be honest. It's driven by greed. They can fit more houses in that little space. That's just what they want. They want to sell more land and houses that way.
In Houston, they took a slightly different model and they said, all right, you're allowed to build homes on really small lot sizes. So basically you can reach out and touch your neighbor. What's been happening in those 2 cities is a lot of home building, because instead of getting 1 or 2 houses on a 1 acre of land, they're able to get over 15 houses on an acre of land. Now, I know in America we love our detached single-family homes. 60% of our current housing stock is like that. But think about it this way. We need a bigger diversity of homes. Partly we need that for affordability, things that are cheaper that younger people can buy. And partly we need that for our aging population, if people want to downsize, or as they have mobility challenges and they simply can't do stairs anymore. The final piece of the puzzle is more.
Yeah, I'm going to stop it right there. But yeah, they're going to fit more homes in a little area, which I think is probably like going to be the end all be all in the future, because they're already talking about 15-minute cities. You know what I mean? So what does that mean? Everything's going to be just smaller and compact. You know what I mean? Maybe everyone's house will be 1,500 square feet, townhome style. And then a Starbucks is up the street, a grocery store is up the street. Everything's within a 15-minute walking distance. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's the end goal, end all be all of all this. So I guess Minneapolis and Texas are starting to, like, I guess, push for that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as mortgage rates go, do we really need to listen to this? They're high. They're high. I mean, who are they going down? Let's see what you think. I don't even know.
Mortgage rates. Unfortunately, those are back at 7%. This is going to be a key factor in 2025. President Trump has promised to get those mortgage rates down. He doesn't really have any say over mortgages. So keep an eye on what the...
Yeah, it's all based on the Fed, right? The Fed, Jerome Powell, I mean, he kind of just says, we're going to do this, and then the banks and everything else follow. So who knows what's gonna happen with that. But here's the thing though, here's the crazy thing. Say they do lower rates, what happens? What happens when rates get lowered? The corporations come in and all the big investors come in, and then it's just like, it's a free for all, right? Because they have a lot of assets right now due to inflation. So keep that in mind. So they got assets to spend, they got money, they can liquidate some of those assets, whether it be stocks, whatever it is, and then just start buying up these low rate homes and reselling them or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to consider. Next video, let's see what's up.
This could be the most unironically boomer thing I've ever read. How millennials killed the guest room. That's right, it is our fault. Not the people or the financial system that made it so that we couldn't afford an extra bedroom. It's on us. Like the subheading says it all. As the national housing crisis continues, more and more people are leaving behind the idea of reserving an extra room for guests. It's very rude of us. Sorry, boomers.
Hey, that's kind of funny though, because like she was saying, they're gonna build smaller houses on smaller pieces of land. You can only fit so many rooms in like 12 to 1,500 square feet, like comfortably. You get what I'm saying? Like my place is 1,000 square feet, right? And I got 2 bedrooms, and the bedroom's not the biggest, but it works out. It works out, right? I wish I had like a bigger living room, maybe a bit bigger guest bathroom, right? But it just is what it is. So people, right, millennials, maybe even Gen Z too, depending on how financially well they are, I do see that. Like my homie, for example, has a 2-bedroom townhome. He doesn't have a guest room. He has a living room, 2 bedrooms. He's good, homie. Just him and his girl, no kids. But if he does have a kid, there's no guest room. People are gonna be sleeping on his couch. So I think that's gonna be normal at the end of the day. And you can't even blame millennials though. Blame the developers, blame the corporations, homie. You gotta blame the interest rates and just everything else, right? It's not just us, homie. People much rather. A lot of people, especially millennials, are like, I want a home, right? I want that equity. I want a home, I want a place to call my own. I want to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, do what I want to do in it. You get what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? That's the trade-off, homie. And anyways, that kind of benefits millennials anyway. We ain't even having kids like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It kind of makes sense. I guess maybe the boomers are right. Maybe there's something wrong with us. I don't know. This right here is a video I definitely wanted to I will show you guys. See, I heard about this the other day. I went to another part of the city that I'm in, right? And they were turning a Walmart, right? I guess a Walmart went out of business for whatever it is. And then they're like, people were saying they're gonna develop it into an apartment complex. And I'm like, a Walmart as in I'm like, I couldn't wrap my head around it, because when you look at the building, it looks like a Walmart Supercenter. You can see it has the garden center on one side, automotive, and I'm like, they're gonna make this an apartment complex? Yeah, right. Let me see that happen. But no, they're building it right now. And then this right here confirms what's happening right here. I mean, is it a good idea? I don't know. It's kind of interesting though. Let's check this out though.
In Brookfield are swapping out dying department stores for housing. Sometimes the apartments are right inside of the mall, built inside of former storefronts, and other times they're standalone buildings built where a Macy's or a JCPenney used to be. As of January 2022, at least 192 malls plan to add housing to their footprint, and these projects do a number of things. They revitalize dying malls, they provide a built-in customer base for the shops and restaurants, and they increase the supply of local housing. Here's what one of them had to say.
Welcome to the teeny tiny shoebox apartment inside the arcade. There are lots of others in the building just like this. So mine is about 250 square feet. There's a walkway right in front of the facade because this used to be a shop front. And so people had to access all of the shops in the building.
Yeah, that's like a hotel, homie. Like, I wonder how much she pays. Did she say how much she paid? I think she said. I think she said 250 square feet. That's nothing. That's really nothing. I think that's like the area that I'm in right now. I think all of this, like this little section I'm in, I think this is, maybe add a little bit of that. That's like 250. That's a shoebox. In my opinion, I would move to Beverly Hills. At least I have access to or not Beverly Hills. So I moved to like Manhattan Beach and do 250 square feet because I got the beach right there and the weather's always great. So yeah, I mean, hey, do what you do, baby. Do what you do. But personally, heck no. I will not do that. But yeah, malls into apartments. That's life. 15-minute city, homie. I bet you there's a Starbucks in there. Bet you. Want this dude right here is gonna break down. He's gonna break down what's up in the housing market right here.
more houses, and now young people can't own homes. The current housing crisis is the boomers' fault because they didn't build more houses. If this was true, you're doing that whole shifting blame. Do you want to know why a lot of places, why we can't build houses right now? That's one reason. Cost is one. Zoning is one. Rates is one. No workers to build them. We still have them for a couple months. All the red tape? No. Isn't the fact that some of the permits and zoning takes 4 years to process? What about the places where they're already processed? One of the reasons that nobody talks about is because no one wants them built near them. Because we have a problem where everyone believes that their net worth is tied to, their value and net worth is tied to the value of their home. Even though they're not selling and it doesn't matter. So nobody wants to allow the approval of new homes built near them because they know that if a sudden supply of homes happens near them, the value of their homes will go down. The current homeowners see this massive increase in value. They tie their net worth to it. They also pay a load in taxes to the municipality because they raise the property taxes on that special assessment on them. Everybody's hunky-dory, everyone's happy. We want more houses somewhere else.
You got a point, homie, because imagine, say you bought your house for $100K. That's not happening in Cali. Oh, maybe, I don't know. But say you did that. You know, all these years passed and now your house is worth, you know, $700,000 now, homie. That's $600K in equity. I mean, it should be tied to your net worth because that's equity you can tap into for other things, right? But those people are like, nah, don't build this new development near me because then it's going to lower that amount of equity, right? I mean, even though they're not using it, they're not selling now, you never know when they need that equity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get those people. I understand those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, build, just don't build around me. I've been here for this long. I like the neighborhood. I don't want weirdos coming through. You know what I'm saying? I don't want traffic. You know what I'm saying? So don't build it near me, and I want to keep my equity. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the deal though. There's plenty of land though at the end of the day. It's just all the yellow tape. Like I remember one time I was driving from San Diego all the way. I was driving to Hemet. And as we were driving, right, I was just, you know, if you know what that drive is, you're going inland. You're going into, you know, you're going east into California, right? You're not going to the beach. You're going inland. And all you see is just a desert, empty land, miles and miles and miles of empty land. Not even like Nevada desert, just like deserted places. You see greens and stuff, but it's essentially there's nothing there. And then they say we don't have enough land and all that. I'm like, dude, you can build like a whole nother city you can build like 5 cities like flourishing cities between San Diego and Hemet. I'm just saying. And even like more in Northeast. I'm just saying. But who's going to do it? I don't know. Instead, they want to stick us in the 15-minute cities and shoeboxes. I mean, that's because that's the end game in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But that's the last video I got for you guys, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Is housing out of control? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a house, homie? Are you balling out of control? Do you want your equity affected by new people? I don't know. What's your take? My take is 15-minute cities. That is the goal. Let's stack everybody together in shoeboxes. Either way, like, sub, share, hit the bell. Homie, on to the next one.